What's great with you today, man? Where your energy at? This is Mental Health Awareness Month, which makes so much sense when we be speaking about Wellness Wednesdays. And what I want to do is about self-inquiry. A lot of times we think about what we can't do. Think about what would happen if I could. What this does, this helps redirect my chi, my mental focus on thinking about what would happen if I could. What would happen if I could truly accept myself without judging? What would happen if I could start my business without worrying about how much money it's going to take? What would happen if I could continuously work out? What would happen if I could continuously to meditate? Think about that, self. Think about that for a second. So now, if I start self-inquiry through breathing and paying attention, a result going to drop in my spirit. I'm going to say it again, it's going to drop in my spirit. Because a lot of times we too tangled in the mind. So if my mind is overly active, how could I possibly receive a message? So if you're on a cell phone talking to somebody, you're having a very good conversation, and somebody come interrupt you or whisper, how could you possibly hear them? Because you're already engaged in something. You're talking, you're having a good conversation, you overly engaged. Your awareness is on this person right here. But somebody else come in the room and might whisper something to you. Can you really hear what they're saying? No, because your mind too busy on something else. I just like overthinking. Be thinking way too much. So if I'm thinking too much, I'm too busy in thought. If the Most High awareness whispers something to me, a solution, am I ready to receive it? Am I giving myself the time and space to just be aware of my awareness? Just to sit and allow my body to feel the way it feels, not judging, but being aware and acknowledging. Because I'm aware, like, okay, I feel a little funky today. And my awareness says, what was the trigger? Or what is the cause? Not why, but what. When we say what, it's actually putting us in a solution-based mentality, trying to find a resolve, not a questioning. We don't want to question because it's what it is right now. Awareness says, I'm feeling icky. I'm even feeling joyful. When we're feeling joyful, we're feeling graceful, we're feeling in touch and in tune. Go into that also and see what triggered that. What did I do? Because we are the orchestrators of our own film. We're our own directors. Each age in our life is a chapter in our life that we're directing the movie. So you're directing the movie, you don't like how your movie going, change it. Change it with asking yourself internally, what would happen if I could? We're so busy concerned with what happened if I can. Let's redirect that. Let's neutralize it, contextualize it, and use the energy to change it. What would happen if I could? What would happen if I could? What would happen if I could? Ask yourself that question over and over again. A lot of times our mind might be idle or caught up in old stories. So if I mentally engage and move my awareness, because with our willpower and our powers of concentration, we can move awareness in our mind. If we can understand this and recognize it, we will gain a tremendous amount of freedom in our life. And once we do that, we're on the road to mastering our mind and our emotions. Because once we accept, meaning become aware of that we are not our mind is not our body, we're not our mind, we're the awareness inside of our mind. So what that means is a mind might bring up a story. I'm aware that's being brought up. I'm not going to put my judgment on it. I'm going to put my awareness on it. I'm going to breathe into it and not believe into it. I'm going to say, hey, what triggered this emotion? It could be good, it could be happy, it could be sad, it could be mad, whatever it may be. Understand what's triggering this. So if we knew that and understand it, we won't be so touched deeply when it happens. The more we practice, and the more we be consistent with identifying our triggers and accepting how our body feels at this moment, not judging, we can ask ourselves, what would happen if I could feel better? What would happen if I could? What would happen if I could? Sit back, breathe into it, and wait for your resolve to come. Namaste Thug, man. Always giving you tools that I use. We need quick results. Quick results. Quick results. Stop judging yourself. Let me say this right here. Somebody that you will not take advice from, do not allow them to criticize you. We have strong boundaries and stop letting people disrespect us by putting their opinions, their values, sometimes their fears on us. Don't have to do that. Stronger boundaries. Say, hey, no disrespect. I don't relate to that. That's not on my frequency level. Use our words. Be more vocal. That is being mindful of what's going on. I don't quickly react. Take a breath and respond from your fourth center, your heart. Come from the heart, not the mind. Come from your heart. That's a different energy. It's not based on old stories, not based on judgment, not based on beliefs. Come from that heart center. Unconditional love. So ask yourself this question. What would happen if I could love myself and accept myself unconditionally? Just think about it. May, Mental Health Awareness Month. Check on somebody. Call them. Send them a text. If you know they got mental health issues, it's fine. Let them know I'm just thinking about you in a loving manner. Namaste, Thug. Be that change that you want to see. Remember, your wellness is your wealth. Peace.